Here we have this fastback GT500 up top, Bentley, Aston Martin, 996 GT2 Club Sport. I'm actually gonna be driving this next, but what we're focusing on today is this Lotus Esprit. It's a 2003 V8 Twin Turbo. Woo! I heard, spit some flames. The way that you can tell it's an 03 or 04, because of the quad taillights right there. The other ones just have a big brick. Man, I'm excited to drive this car. Let's go for a spin.
It's a very, very simple car.
Ooh. Yo, this is a blast.
Oh, the car sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's a shame that they never took off.
All right, so we're here in this Lotus.
Woo! Truck.
Oh, shit, truck. This thing is a blast, man. It's fun.
I know. It's a really fun car. Twin turbo, 3.5 V8. So it's got that small bore, but the red line and everything, the wastegates, all of it sounds insane.
3.5 V8, so it is really
it's a small engine. It's not a big engine. So remember, Lotus is known for, you know, small engines, small displacements, lightweight cars.
Yeah.
At the time, they had a lot of R&D from their Formula 1 teams and stuff like that, which are all small block engines. This car has an upgraded short throw shifter on it and a Quaife LSD. Besides that, these 2003s came with the AP Racing brakes and OZs that, well, this one was optioned with the AP Racing brakes and OZs that came on the 350R R350 that came in 2002. If there is a Lotus Esprit to buy, it would be either a final edition, and if you can't find one of those, it'd be this one.
So this is the deal. This car's super quirky. It's got these buttons. This is like tiny right here. Look at that. It's got AC, right?
Yes, it has AC. And there's a reason why this design lasted so long. They really didn't do any sort of facelifts or anything. If anything, they did a butt lift, and that's it.
Yeah.
They did a little Brazilian butt lift on the car, and as you can see, it's a riot.
So it's a 5-speed tranny. It's actually a Renault transmission. Yeah.
What's funny that I found is that the car really doesn't have a red line.
Yeah, it doesn't have a red line.
So if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna throw a rod. The cool thing is about these cars is that this one, for example, we have the hardtop on, but if you ever wanted to, you can switch it out for a glass roof.
One thing that I did notice is that the clutch is super tricky in this car.
And the brakes are very touchy too.
Yeah, not only is the clutch a little tricky, but also the pedals are so close to each other. I mean,
it's a tight car.
Dude, this car is a blast, man. Once you get used to it, it's one of those cars that it's not insanely fast, so you can actually enjoy it. You know what I mean?
You're gonna get in a lot of trouble in this car, but you're not gonna kill yourself if you know what you're doing. You're gonna turn after the light. Good.
What do you think, Kev? Damn, boy, that shit loud. Yeah, I know, man. It's so sick. I just finished the tour of the shop where we'll be doing the event December 6, 2019, hosted by ASG Miami and Masterclass. Fuel Files is gonna be here too. Woo, that's bright. So this, as you know, Lotus Esprit, right? That's how you say it? Esprit. Esprit, right? This car is super quirky.
It's construction upstairs, that's why.
That guy's about to go right back in. He just has to cut and he'll go right back in. I know, construction, told you, look. Now we're ready to go again.
HGTV over here.
This car can easily be mistaken for an exotic. This has all the looks, all the lines of late 90s, early 2000s, which is actually what it is, but it's so iconic you could practically mistake it for a Lambo if you don't know.
Actually, yeah, a lot of people think that it's a Lamborghini.
Right? So it's a British car, it's a V8, twin turbo as you know, which is the recipe for some great fun. Now let's go check this out. I want to show you guys the trunk and the trunk, because it would have a front, but there's nothing up there. So you have the engine and the actual trunk back here. It's got the engine back here. You can barely see the engine, but you know it's a V8. And it has a big trunk actually, right?
Yeah, it's pretty useful. I mean, you can actually fit a decent little
Kid in
suitcase or a child if
yeah,
you're weird.
you could fit like 2 kids in here.
That's not safe.
Now, if you look at this car through here, it literally looks like you can stare at this car forever because it's so boxy and it's got all the right lines.
My favorite line about this car is the wing. I love the wing because it chops up. It's basically a wedge, but then when you see this, it's like a wedge meets a boomerang. It's sick. I love it. It makes it look very slingshotty, like it's ready to just take off. It's a very analog car.
Well, this is something that I noticed. Things that never really end up aging. For example, this right here, the way that everything is set up, it's already at the point where it's not gonna age anything more than it is. They don't try and make it super futuristic where you look at it and you're just gonna cringe. And in my opinion, it's gonna appreciate. Why? Because they have the bad rep of breaking and all these things and not working right. Well, yeah, that's true, but all these cars kind of have those quirks. This one taken care of, specifically this one, 13,000 miles. You can drive it for a while, enjoy it, show up to car shows. People are gonna know who you are. They're gonna look twice. Even if you don't know about cars, you know it's not just a regular normal car. And then here, there's nothing that's really gonna break or be super futuristic. They don't have a huge GPS screen, which is gonna get outdated. It's actually got a short shifter, so it's really fun to drive. Reverse lockout right here. You have the really long windshield. One windshield wiper, which is super cool in the rain. Speaking of rain, you need some lights. Time to get out. Oh, damn. Nah, just kidding. It's just like the Aston Martin. E-brake is here, but you can bring it down to get out. Accessibility isn't easy, but it isn't in any of these cars. Now let's go inside. I want to show you guys the showroom area, where we're gonna be having some drinks, some champagne, do our thing. Let's do music video style. Here, come here, come on.
Oh God, all right.
Tell me, are you serious?
All right, so right now we are inside Masterclass Auto. This is one of the areas where they specialize in detailing. Right now it's being taken up for storage because they're under construction to get ready for our Art Basel show.
Hold on, I don't mean to interrupt this part, but come here. Tell me this car isn't like the Lotus's big brother. Just the way it looks, everything about it looks exactly like the Lotus. If you don't know about cars, that's what it is, right?
That's why people confuse it a lot for the Diablo or for a Countach even back then.
Dude, so for a quarter of the price, you can kind of stunt.
Exactly.
What's in there?
More cool shit.
Yo, what the hell is this?
So this is actually the BBI GT2 that was featured on the Hoonigan channel with pushrod inboard suspension in the back.
So I hope you enjoyed the Lotus Esprit. We're gonna have some crazy cars here at this event. December 6th, 8 p.m., Motive 2019 at Masterclass, ASG and Fuel Files. We're gonna have live painting and foundations, raffles, everything. Make sure you come, hit me up on the gram, I'll sign you up. Peace.